Ashley Mcdaid. It's honestly, I was really impressed because I've auditioned for a couple other ones, and they were very much like old school anime, and it didn't look real. This one, like, the storyline's a lot better, and the animation's better, and the character development is really good, and I think that's really cool. It's something that, like, I don't mind having my name attached to, like, it's really cool. I liked it. Madoka actually was a one episode character that's a drunk girl on a bridge who's just broken up with her boyfriend, and it was my first foray into alcohol abuse. It was a lot of fun, and I had to scream a lot, so that was pretty cool. I've never actually done that before. It was actually, I was so scared. That's probably, I was so petrified of going in there and doing that scene, because I've never had to, really play a drunk character like that, and she screams a lot in that episode. And when I'm scared, I scream really well, but on command, I really don't scream well. But I actually, funny enough, got the screams in the first take on all of them, which I was completely shocked. But it was actually, once I kind of figured out what they were going for with her, it wasn't as hard as I thought. It was more like the anticipation scared me more than the actual, like, it was harder and more, taxing than the actual doing the character. But I definitely had a sore throat when I left 3 hours later. Sena is actually one of the lead characters' father's girlfriend, which is actually his wife now. I just shot the wedding, and that was really cool. And very much knows like what she wants, and she's really sweet and really bubbly, very peppy girl. I actually have worked with Coastal before, and so they kind of called me in and said, we really want you to do this, we really think you can do it, but we want you to come in and read for it to make sure everybody's happy with it. And so I went in for both of them, and actually Madoka, they said come in, and if it's not working, then we'll get somebody else. But with Sena, they had me come in and read for it, and they were like, it's fine, it's great, come back next week and start on it. So I'm actually from Myrtle Beach. I live there. We moved there when I was 3, and then I moved here 3 or 4 years ago. I was actually working on a movie, and they shot the last month here. And so instead of driving an hour and a half from Myrtle Beach, I just decided to move. I don't like Myrtle Beach. Yeah, so it was fun. Got out of town. Actually, I went to college. I did it in high school and middle school and that kind of thing. And then I went to University of McClellan in Greensboro and studied there. Ran out of money. I was out of state. Ran out of money and left, and then came here and started studying with the coach that I was with for like 2.5, 3 years here. Actually, I don't.
Okay.
I don't. I know the names of some of the people, but I really don't know who's playing everybody.
Right.
I've met people who are working on it, but I don't always know exactly what they're doing on it.
Okay.
I always thought it'd be fun to do like a big get like 4 people together and all do it in the same studio. I always thought that'd be fun, but that would be very, very difficult. Actually, it's been a really great experience. Like, he's so cool, and if like you're having trouble with something or having trouble getting something right, he just works with you and makes you laugh, makes you very, very comfortable. I mean, even with just the audition process, auditioning for him and for Pam both, they're the best people I've ever auditioned for. They make you so comfortable, and they're just so amazing. They really are. They have a really good thing they do when you first start working with them is they'll call you in for like a really, really small part, or like incidental parts. Crowd scenes and things like that, and they kind of train you. Like if you do show some talent, or you know what I mean, but you're just like nervous, you're not really sure what you're doing, they usually really try to give you a shot at something really small so that you can kind of learn what you're doing. Because the first thing I did, it was a reoccurring part, but it was only like 10 lines, and that was like 2 years ago. And then they call, progressively it gets bigger and bigger and bigger to where they'll call like you and maybe 2 other people in, or you and one other person in. And then, then they send it to the producers, and, they go from there. But they're just awesome. Like, they,